How's it going, you beautiful people? I'm Cobalt GM, and we're about to start Season 2, Episode 10 of Esper Genesis by Alligator Alley Entertainment. But let me introduce my players. We have the beautiful, dark, lovely,
Hello.
playing our Keshian High Priestess and Princess Aura. Next, we have the awesome Alloy,
Hello.
playing the Ashen Forge Warrior Argus. Next, we have the magnificent Master Draco,
Hey.
play the Volna Hunter Rythan Bravestride, also the current possessor of the Aether Storm Bow. Next, we have the terrific Tonto Tomahawk,
Good day.
playing the fire-blooded Promethean Sagaricio. Lastly, we have the Titanic Typhoon 44,
It's so.
playing the Earthborn human Captain Jonathan T. Archer. I also want to give a special shout out to Steve, Felicia, Nicole, Justin, Riley, James Nash. Who am I missing? Matt Click, the team over there at Absolute Tabletop, the Esper Genesis 5e RPG Facebook group, Old Dudes D&D, RGB RPG, Roll20 Dad, Aaron Cameron, and Aiden. Whew.
That list gets longer and longer every session.
It kind of does, but you know, we have a lot of love coming out to us from the various socials. But
Thank you all very much.
exactly, right. Please engage that like button hard and share this video around. But with that, it is time for an awesome recap from Who Wants to Do It. And I do recommend it this time because guys may need the inspiration for this. Who would like to give us an awesome recap of Session 9?
Session 9 was mostly just us talking and figuring stuff out.
Yes, and you guys figured out a few things. What did you talk about?
Well, I know I shared some information with Tana, and we got some ideas of what's going on with the glyphs and everything that we found down in the caves, and she's doing some more research on that. She's mad at me because I went into the caves without her, and we fought a tree drake. Sagaristio had some encounters with the sick lady, if I'm not crazy, or am I thinking of a different session?
No, that was
Nope,
Session
you're not
9.
crazy.
Yeah, and she's in a hazmat suit walking around now, if I'm not mistaken.
Nah.
Well, was for
Was, past tense. There was Ori and Aura had a talk about the Simpinal there and how he must never find out what simps actually are. Captain Archer had some engagements with his wife and his little girl. I had a discussion with Telvin, and hopefully he's kind of cooled down in the horny department and is just willing to be a weapon. I also let the young Archer try out my glaive for a moment, and he was stoked up until Telvin started talking to him, and he dropped it almost immediately,
Yes.
which was hilarious. I know there's more stuff that happened, but I'm drawing a blank. The last thing I remember is that we have a giant ship in front of us, and we're getting ready to get it into a space scrap.
It is definitely highly likely. I like it. All right, get that.
I gave what I remembered. Sorry, guys.
It is all right. All right, you did a good job. All right, take that extra inspiration you're going to be starting off with too. All right, is there anyone else who would like to help fill in any gaps?
Monkey business. I
Oh,
rolled 2 20s, nat 20s, dealing with mag apes, and which you gave a trinket to one of them, the leader.
That's right. I gave the magnetic moon charm to the magnetic monkey.
To save a first hunt, Valna,
Right. I completely forgot about that.
who we promptly knocked out because he tried to stab himself on my own knife.
Yeah, not having that in the ship.
Yeah,
mm.
already got his dead companion in here. Don't need
Oh,
more.
and we have that other thing that was trying to eat it, but I stared it down enough.
Oh, the glog.
The clog.
The glog, yeah. Yeah, I gave it the stink eye, and it got the idea.
That is true. Go ahead, Draco, you were saying?
Brooks, the one that found about the frequency using some terminal on the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think most of the conversations were covered. We craft some stuff didn't work out. Jax got punched because he tried to touch my weapon. So now we're in the process of waking up the poor Valna to knock his ass back out again. And yeah, she got. Oh, and we're supposed to go to the south. That's because of the little power sprites are coming from over there. That means there's an abundance of technology.
That is interesting. Okay.
The ship that flew over us.
Well, it's not quite over.
Well,
Before we get too much into this, I need to use the washroom real quick. I will be right back.
Most definitely. But all right. Thank you so much for filling in the gaps. Brave Stride, you're going to be starting off with the 2 inspiration.
Nice.
But with that, even though Argus has currently stepped away, let us jump into Session 10, Episode 10 of Esper Genesis. While various things are happening within the astral horizon, the players, the crews, home, heavy freighter, their spaceship, as everyone has been made aware of this shadow that is slowly growing over the screaming swamps, as various birds and other insects scatter and flee, we actually focus in on the quarters of the High Priestess. Aura, you find yourself somewhat mesmerized by the blue core stone. Every now and again, you find yourself staring at it a lot longer than you had initially anticipated. The more you focus on the azure core stone, the more you feel as if it's a window, a portal to a realm of spirit, of power, of magic. The more you realize that the secrets to various talents and Esper abilities lie within. It is time for the first roll of the night, and Princess Aura, I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw. As you feel your attention, your essence being drawn to the stone, as whatever Ori is currently talking about right next to you kind of fades and drips away. As the GM struggles to get to the Discord dice box so he can see your roll.
16.
Thank you. You go ahead and you realize there's someone else here. Someone else is looking, scanning. Someone also powerful with Esper abilities. And with that, they turn, and all they are is this glowing, pulsating, red energy, but it turns, it looks at you, and with a 16, you go ahead and you snap yourself out of it. Immediately, Ori is at your side. Your Grace, what happened? Are you all right? Here, and she immediately comes up with some water. Here, drink this. Remus,
I take a few steps to make her feel better.
And it's just cool, refreshing water. She constantly goes to the food generator and changes the temperature to get it, cold and cold over and over again. You do notice that Remus, he is turning, he's looking over his shoulder. A look of intense concern on his face. Even though you have freed your consciousness from the core stone, you still feel that red, powerful presence. Aura, what do you do?
I'm going to see if I can kind of suss out, like, the general race of the other individual, whether it's, like, another Kesh, if it's, what is it? What's the kind of role I should do for that?
All right. And unless you have a specific Esper ability, this will just be a perception roll. But it's going to require for you to focus on the gem one more time. And so, once again,
Remus, what are you looking at?
he immediately straightens up. I've seen nothing. I was concerned and looking at your beauty, your form, your presence. I was making sure you were okay. I'm going to patrol outside the room.
Thank you.
as he kind of like uncomfortably leaves, Ori kind of smiles, but she looks back to you, and with that one, as you're peering back into the core stone, at nat 1, do you wish to keep it, or do you wish to spend your inspiration to reroll?
I'll keep it for now.
All right. And so, with that, you go ahead, you peer back into it to ascertain what type of being is this. And as you focus, as you listen, as you sense, you are drawn in. You now are able to look down and to see your glowing, swirling blend of green, gold, and blue energy hovering in this plane of swirling colors, lights, energy, thoughts, emotions, power. And you see the being in red. Arms outstretched, fingers curled. The form becomes sharper, more in focus, feminine, humanoid. You continue to focus, and immediately you recognize it as Lorendi. And as soon as you do, its eyes open. And before she says anything, Dark Lovely, does Aura speak Nasiv?
She does.
Then you understand the thought, the impulse, as this being, this red, wicked energy creature looks at you and tells you, "Found you." And with that, I actually do need everyone.
I heard literally nothing.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything. I think your noise cancellation kicked in.
No problem. But with that, the Lorendi being inside the ethereal plane says, "Got you. I found you." I need a scene break, and then I need everyone to roll for initiative. As the rolling is being done, Captain Archer, sensors aboard the ship began alerting immediately. The cameras in the hallway outside of Princess Aura's room show a portal opening up, Remus being pulled in, and Lorendi, now 2 Lorendi, coming through.
That's a wonderful start for me.
The portal instantly closes. The first Lorendi, as you're looking to the camera, she is a bit shorter. She has this weird bone headdress that allows about 5 spikes to come out from behind her head. Her dress is fully adorned with various red circles, even though it's mostly black in color. The other Lorendi that's with her, head almost scraping the ceiling of the hallway, brimming with muscles, and carrying a large solid wedge of metal that seems to be shaped by hand into something akin to a hammer. Immediately they look around and assess their surroundings. The large one begins using this massive weapon to start slamming holes throughout the hallway, while the other smaller female seems to be heading for the door for Princess Aura.
All hands to the princess's quarters. We have borders.
Yes,
Hello?
we do.
The bridge.
Definitely. All right. Let me go ahead and look at this initiative. Awesome. It looks like we're going to have the Dark Lovely going first, followed by Brave Stride, and Umbra, of course, is going to be with him. And I am wrong with that. It looks like we have Archer. Archer, do you mind Aura going first?
I'll allow the lady.
All right. And then we have Sagaristio. And last but not least, we have Argus.
I hope that's my only nat 1 tonight.
We will find out. Alarms begin blaring as immediately the Astral Horizon is being scanned from above by the massive battleship that the Astral Horizon actually fits very neatly and conveniently inside, if that was the case. But Princess Aura, High Priestess Aura, you are starting things off. What are you doing? You're able to feel the presence of this this female Lorendi coming towards your door, but she's outside your door. Right now, you are in your room alone, and you've come back to your body. You've almost dropped the blue core stone, but it has returned to float in the palm of your hand. What do you do?
So I'm no longer my energy self in the core stone.
Exactly. You're back within your body.
Damn, I was going to try to do an attack through.
Do you want to risk losing yourself in the ethereal again to do this?
Yeah. Do I know that can I hear or otherwise sense the Lorendi beyond my door?
Yes. You're able to sense the woman. You would have to use an Esper ability for the other one.
I'm going to use synaptic recoil on the female Lorendi.
Ooh, good old synaptic recoil. That's the one where you don't even have to see the target, correct?
Correct. Range is 60 feet, duration is instant. Target must make a wisdom saving throw.
Sounds good. And what is the DC that what is the wisdom save DC for this person?
14.
14? Sounds good. Sounds good. And so immediately you begin to focus. You feel the mind of the assailant, the Lorendi. And she is hunting for you. You're able to feel her intentions. But as you're feeling her intentions, you begin to send out this burst of psionic energy. What is the saving throw? Wisdom. Will this Lorendi, and when you were searching for her, when you were temporarily bonded, you were able to find out that it was something called an Aether Walker. But as you attempt to send out this burst of psionic energy, it immediately crashed against and shattered against her strong mental defenses. That was your standard. You still have a move and a bonus. What do you do?
I ready my pistol, actually, instead of my spear, because in close quarters, I don't think the spear would be a good bet.
Sounds good. As you go ahead and you take out your gun, Ori immediately gets the point. As the alarms are blaring, she goes ahead and she takes out her pistol and she makes sure to positions herself between you and the door. Your Grace, get under the bed.
Why? That would put me at a disadvantage. I'd be prone.
Then we will shoot this assailant together then. She still stays in front of you, but now she angles her gun at the door. I'm assuming you're doing the same.
What a fun bonding exercise. Murder between friends.
Those who shoot at the same target together live together. It's a beautiful thing.
Those who slay together stay together.
There it is. All right, make the shirt. Okay. You still have a bonus available. Do you have a bonus that is applicable?
Not in this situation.
Okay. Dear heavens, who the heck is next?
Archer, I think.
Thank you.
Yep.
I appreciate that. I don't know why. Actually, I have aura on here twice because my handwriting is doctorish. All right. So, as you go ahead and get ready to blast whoever comes through that door, Archer, you find yourself in the bridge along with Jane. She is bringing up various holograms as the large Lorendi battlecruiser that is above you begins to open up various hangar bays. Floods of Lorendi starfighters begin to emerge. Its large cannons begin just haphazardly blasting the screaming swamp below. Archer, you've set the alert out. You have been boarded. So far, 2 Lorendi. Both female, one small, one large. The large one just seems bent on damaging anything and everything she comes across, while the smaller one is currently focused at the door of Princess Aura. What do you do?
Kicking on the comm, yelling out, "Brush yourselves," and then with a very cinematic flair, I'm going to lift the ship off, but in a very specific manner. As it comes up, the nose comes up and over to where the ship goes completely upside down, pointing backwards to the enemy, and I'm gunning it. Then I'll flip the ship back right side up in a spiral.
Okay, I think I got half of that. So the first part of it is you're going to lift off and you're going to go straight up, turning off the pretty much the gravity so that anyone not prepared would be falling towards the back of the ship.
A complete nose over, so the ship goes completely upside down.
Okay. Got you.
On liftoff.
All
which
right.
puts me pointing, if I'm catching the positioning of things, pointing towards the tail of the enemy vessel,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gunning the throttles.
Okay. I understand what you mean now. All right. You do not have to really make a piloting check for that because there's nothing really hindering you from doing this. But immediately catching your drift, Jane, she goes ahead, she gets into the effective co-pilot seat next to you, and she begins turning off the artificial gravity. As you begin maneuvering the astral horizon to come up out of the screaming swamp, the nose goes up. All the stuff within the galley and that has not been anchored down begins to immediately slide to the back. And everyone, aside from, of course, you, Captain, because you went and hopped into your seat and it automatically straps you in. But all the other players, I do need dexterity checks. He's gone ahead and alerted you guys to effectively what he's kind of doing. So you get to make these with advantage. The DC is 12 to be able to reach out and grab something and stable yourself to prevent falling damage.
I don't want to go with the flow and use it to make my movement, but I don't know if his turn's over yet.
Moving the ship would effectively be a move action. You still have a standard and a bonus, Archer.
At this juncture, there's not a whole hell of a lot more I can do, save for start plotting a course trajectory out of the atmosphere to any nearby moons for a slingshot.
I see. Well, it's going to be quite a situation because right now the sky is just littered with Lorendi space fighters. And that's just in the atmosphere. You're not sure of what lies beyond, but we will find out. Okay, let me see how...
Raylan rolled so high that it's like he's parkouring.
Right? Okay, the Aether Walker managed to grab something. And let's see about the big girl. Oh, wow, okay. Of course not.
Somebody went and splat.
Dagnabbit. Wow. Okay, and so as did any player did not make the roll. Okay, cool. Everyone did. Okay, so immediately the astral horizon lifts out of the screaming swamp canopy. The nose goes up, the thrusters burst, and the ship starts to continue its motion from nose up to nose back as it inverts upside down. Brave Stride, I believe you have the highest result. Please tell me, what ridiculously cool acrobatic volant maneuver did you pull off in order to land on your feet even though the ship is upside down?
I was running with the momentum of the ship and like springing from whatever I could, crate to wall, to ceiling, to floor, and layering at the end with a roll.
Right. Oh, nice.
With the bow out and drawn.
Okay. Excellent. Okay. So you begin trying to plot your course, Archer, and take this ship out of here, but we will see what happens. Brave Stride, upon that expert landing and that parkour, what are you doing?
Well, I need to do... I am the brand, right?
Yes.
So I have a duty to fulfill real quick. And that's to go kill people in the name of the High Priestess. So, pretty cut and dry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's what I'm gonna go do.
I'm sorry, say that again.
That's what I'm gonna go do.
Awesome. Your move action will definitely take you to the hallway where you do see, only about 15 feet away from you by the time you get there, this Lorendi. I mean, she's wearing a weird dress with these really rigid circles engraved in them, or sewn into them. And she has this headdress composed of black metal and bone. She sees you immediately. These glyphs and symbols begin to glow around both her head and arms. While at the very far end of the hallway, at the very bottom, you are able to see a larger female Lorendi pulling herself out of the impression she's made in the wall over there by engineering. But you're about 15 feet away. You spent your move. You still have your standard. You still have your bonus. What do you do?
Hunter's mark. On the bitch.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm assuming the witch
she's
one.
Lorendi?
She is.
Yeah. Alright, cool. And have they acted yet in combat?
No.
Cool.
Ooh. Are you firing the Aether Storm?
I am. I understand that though is in normal mode due to the fact that I am in a ship.
Mm. And as you are rushing to the area, as you are donning the Aether Storm bow, loading it up with an arrow, knocking it, setting your sights, you hear with both your ears and a little bit of your mind. So many of you we have killed, yet so many to kill. Let's see.
That's not a minute at all.
And with a 23, you definitely hit as you go ahead and you let that arrow fly. Roll the damage.
D6 plus a 1d8. That's 5.
Woo.
Okay. 19. Good.
Yeah.
It.
Yeah. So I'll go. I get attack again now.
Mhm. Okay. Go ahead and attack again.
And to confirm, she hasn't acted in combat yet.
No. But before you attack, immediately there's a flash of red, and now the Lorindi Aetherwalker that you just shot with an arrow has disappeared, and in its place was the larger Lorindi. As the Aetherwalker went ahead and used an ability, a reaction called Responsive Shift.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Still your turn.
Okay. So that's a nat 20.
I beg your pardon? You what?
Natural 20.
No habla inglés. Necesito de 20. De 20 de natural. No compre.
You can't ignore it. It's there in text.
Maybe.
Dos míos, no!
You speak lies, sir. I look at this and oh, look at that. Nat 20! Oh God, why now? They just got here. Why are
Because
you
it's a
guys?
boss battle.
Why are you guys ejecting?
That's
the
exactly why. This is the best time for it. Because some of us still have to get to like gunnery posts and whatnot.
Oh right.
Yep.
And so roll that crit damage then against the. I'm assuming you're still shooting. You're shooting the big one, or are you going to try to shoot like under the arm of this massive woman at the Aether Witch at the end of the hall?
I'm going for the Ether Witch because my hunter's mark on her, and that nat 20, like, it's gonna hit.
It definitely is. And so you shoot the first. Well, actually, you know what? You may want to describe this. So go ahead, roll your damage, and we'll see how epic this is in just a moment.
So 32.
Ouch. Extremely hefty. Okay. Do you want to describe this, or do you want me to?
You go ahead. You go ahead.
As you wish. Once again, after the ship lifts up and turns upside down, as all the stuff in the galley that wasn't put away flies all over the place, even though Umbra, the phase beast, is able to land on her feet and is currently meowing in frustration because she was getting ready to eat a little bit more of the gumbo before it spilled onto the ceiling. Rylan Bravestride bounces off of floor, wall, and ceiling. Cartwheel, spiraling, flipping to make it to the hallway that leads to the quarters of Aura. He sees the Aetherwalker Lorindi Witch. She threatens, letting him know of the many Volna that she's killed and the more that she is planning to. But with that, even though the Aether Storm bow is at its weakest, it is still a formidable weapon, especially in the hands of this Volna hunter. He knocks the bow, draws it back, lets it fly, and immediately the Lorendi Aether Walker puts up her hand. A protective field of energy circles around her as the arrow, flying straight and true for the center of her face, contacts the field. It begins to distort its path, and even though normally it would veer it off to the side, making it miss, it only makes it veers downward and a little bit to the right, causing it to blow through the collarbone of this Lorendi. Immediately realizing that this is no regular Volna, she immediately flashes red, and the smaller Lorendi that was her is now replaced with the even larger one, brimming with muscles, and this massive hammer, who is getting ready to just slam it into Brave Stride. But before that has happened, the Aether Storm bow's already armed, ready, drawn back. The arrow flies. It goes immediately underneath the arm of the larger Lorendi female, soars down the hallway, and manages to stab the Lorendi Aetherwalker, the smaller Lorendi female, right in her stomach. Her eyes bulge. She grabs the arrow. She hunches over. Blood explodes, not only from the wound, but also from her mouth onto the ceiling. And that is your turn, Brave Stride.
Cool.
Good
So
stuff.
Umber's gonna do something.
And what is Umber going to do?
She's gonna put on the fucking extra hit points on me.
Oh.
And then teleport into Aura's room.
Got you. All right. And so immediately you kind of evoke the power of the green core stone that is embedded within the head of the phase beast, your companion, Umbra. Immediately she's asking, "What you do? What you do?" But it still doesn't matter. There's a flash of green from her forehead, and immediately this green energy bubble kind of forms around you, Brave Stride. There's another flash of green elsewhere that was in the galley. Princess Aura, Umbra is now on your bed. Claws out, fangs showing, looking towards the door, and ready to assist. Alrighty.
Good.
Sagaristio, you are up. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry.
Oh,
I apologize. It is the bad guy's turn.
I mean, I'll go before the bad guys.
I bet, but they got to do something before you guys outright obliterate them.
No, they don't.
I could surrender.
Yeah, you know, it's a possibility, but they're not going to this time. Brave Stride, giving your proximity right there by the large female Lorendi with this massive hammer. She goes ahead and she's going to multi-attack with this thing. Let's see.
Damn.
So my armor is 15.
All right. And so, with the first swing, you're actually able to matrix and limbo back as the hammer goes above your torso. But as it comes back again, it goes ahead and smashes into your side. It says here, 7 bludgeoning damage, and a charge of red electricity strikes into you for an additional 13.
Ouch. 20 points of damage.
Good thing I did that bubble.
Mm-hmm. So the bubble should have a remaining 10, correct?
Yep.
Right. With that, you go ahead and you bounce off the side of the hallway, and the green energy bubble that's around you is a little bit thinner now. Okay. And lastly, with this large Lorendi's turn, immediately after seeing that you survived that somehow, She goes ahead, she roars, and she slams her hammer down, and this green energy kind of explodes and seeps off of her, as all of a sudden there's this ring of red energy just circling around her form, and somehow, you're not sure, but you think her muscles somehow got even larger. Okay. What is the Aether Walker going to do now? With that, even though she's at the end of the hallway, immediately she portals into the room with Aura, Umbra, and Ori. Ori actually has held her action and is going to shoot at the Lorendi Aether Walker. Wow, really? Okay.
Sure looks that way.
Yep.
She was ready for that bitch.
As soon as she comes in through the portal, Ori is like, "Get down your grace! Kapla, kapla!" Right? Oh, right. A couple of the blasts contact the protective field around the Aether Walker, but one managed to get through and wound this Lorendi. As its darkened blood begins to run down its arm from the bullet wound, she begins to approach and get closer, reaching out her hand and utilizing an Esper ability that, Aura, you are not sure you have ever come across.
If it's an Esper ability, I can use counter.
Say that one more time for me, please.
If it's an Esper ability, I can use counter spell as a reaction.
And how does that go? Is it called counter?
Sorry, it's called counter. It's called counter form.
Counter
but,
form.
You attempt to interrupt a creature in the process of using an Esper power. If the talent or technique is rank 3 or lower, it fails to activate and has no effect.
Oh, okay. Well, then I don't have to worry about it this time, only because this is not a rank 3 or lower ability.
Shit.
With that, she goes ahead and she begins whispering something in Nasiv. And she's focusing her mind, her Esper ability, and immediately this black hole appears right amongst you, Aura, Umbra, and Ori.
So real quick, is it rank 4 or higher?
It's rank 6.
Shit.
So if the talent or technique is rank 4 or higher, make an ability check using your channeling ability. The DC equals 10 plus the rank of the Esper power. On a success, the creature's power fails to activate and has no effect.
Mm-hmm.
So I can make a roll to try to nullify it.
It sounds good, and you're going to have to, as she's opening up this black hole. Da 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 da. Okay, and the DC is 10 plus the rank of the. So yeah, the DC is 16. As she is opening up, using both hands, as things, the covers begin to get sucked off of the bed into it, as immediately things are being torn off of the wall and being sucked into it. I see an 11.
I'm going to go ahead and use my inspiration.
All right, inspiration being used. Immediately, you begin to see Ori begin drawn towards it. Umbra's grabbing, the bed with her claws.
Dirty 20.
And with a dirty 20. Look at that.
We got this bitch.
It says it right there. On a success, which this is, the creature's power fails to activate and has no effect. And immediately she goes, "Ow!" And then her eyes clear up and she sees the core stone in the head of Umbra. She sees the blue core stone in your hands, Aura. Yes. But with that, her turn is over. And we are going to use Sagaristio.
Oh boy. Alrighty.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm probably in engineering. So who am I seeing here?
All right. You're in engineering, and you just see a whole lot of things that are weird because they're upside down. One by one, the little holographic screens are turning themselves right side up for you. But inside engineering, so far, there is no one.
I
Interesting.
would have very definitely felt the thump against the wall
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
I flipped the machine.
You
Oh
did
yeah,
the-
as you flipped it and I felt it, I just sort of walked towards a wall, then followed its natural path, and I'm now pretty much standing up what would be the ceiling because we're upside down.
Yes. Are you staying in engineering, or are you going to leave engineering?
Let's see.
Inquiring minds want to
That's-
know.
Indeed.
There's a lot you can do from engineering.
Don't tell them. Don't remind them, please. No. I have a veil blast that he's wounded the pride of.
Wonder what would happen if all of a sudden the gravity in the hallway was max.
Argus, get ready.
Let's see. I could probably use some maneuvers in here, can't I?
Yeah, the Astral Horizon is out there flying. After Argus's turn, the battleship is going to do something.
You know what? We're gonna give the Astral Horizon a nice little boost in shields.
Oh.
So make a DC 14 Wisdom Mechanics check. Alrighty.
All right. And so, even though upside down, you go ahead, you go over to the holographic controls, and you normally would have to press physical buttons for some of this, but you are able to just kind of swipe up, and the holographic screen goes ahead and displays a holographic keyboard for you to use, as immediately you begin typing furiously.
And with the 17, I pass.
Awesome. As you go ahead and direct more power to the shields of the Astral Horizon, immediately another holographic screen kind of shows up, and it's a upside down Arcadicus who's currently caught in various cables and whatnot. And he's yelling at you in lingo that he needs the power for Cynthia's egg.
I'll yell at him back. It's like, yeah, she'll get the power back once we are out of danger.
All
right now, we kind of all need to be alive if she wants that power.
And he's trying to tell you, don't you understand? Cynthia's egg is our salvation! Our salvation!
Can I give him the thumbs up while I continue working?
Right. You're getting multiple messages from Carita, WTF, question mark, question mark, question mark. Let me out, I can fight. I still have your axe. This thing is heavy.
Well, I guess as a bonus action, I'm like, well, as long as you promise to behave,
Oh.
I'll open her door.
Okay. Captain, you do notice that someone is attempting to override the lock on Carita's quarantine door. And you know that this is coming from engineering. Are you going to allow this?
I know I got bigger fish to fry. My focus is going to be on everything to do with navigational and getting us the hell out of Dodge.
Right. All right, go ahead. Try to hack the Astral Horizon. Unfortunately, you kind of like refurbished this ship a little bit, so you do get advantage to this check.
All right, so I'm guessing that's what, computers, or should I use my mechanics check?
This is computers because you're doing this through its computing, its electronic systems, and not physically there by overriding the lock there. So this will be computers.
Fair enough. 14.
Just enough. And immediately the door unlocks, slides open. There's a lot of smiley face emojis on that she is sending you.
Nice.
I'm sorry, animotes.
Animotes, yes.
All right, and yeah, she's sending you various animotes of. It looks like it's an Ashen Forge, but it's pretty much a head, buff arms, pectoral muscles, and legs. But it has a little animation of it having an axe and it is going, just chopping vertically constantly. Along with a smiling devil animote. All right. So we can consider that you're moving your standard. Is there a bonus you want to use?
Bonus action. Let's see. Yeah, Sir Carries a lot is still up.
Oh, dear heavens. I forgot about Sir Carries a lot.
Yes. So, I'll make sure that he is in standby mode, looking after Brooke and Jackson, because they're probably at probably at the bridge?
No, they're not at the bridge yet. They were actually in one of the rooms working on generating the Whistling Stones.
Okay, well, I'll have him in defensive standby mode.
Mm-hmm.
So,
immediately it brings his fist up, kind of squats down low, and gets into a boxer's stance. But that is going to be Sir Carries
the old school, like
exactly
style.
Knuckles out, baby, knuckles out, right?
Yep. The fists actually get like an additional brass knuckle attachment onto them. They're just like almost like a gauntlet that appears and just slams down.
Most definitely.
Am I the only one that just had flashes of real steel?
No, you are not. You're not. And I love that movie too. But with that, as soon as you give the mental command to Sir Carries a lot, his forearm and the back of his hand immediately open up and place various spikes and barriers upon his knuckles and hand as he gets himself into defensive mode.
Yep.
Wow.
That was exactly what I was thinking.
After everything locks in place, immediately Brooke is like, all right, Jackson, we have to get to safety. We have to get out of here. Jackson, wake up, Jackson. And you guys realize that because of the ship flipping upside down, both Brooke and Jackson are on the ceiling, both prone. Unfortunately, it seems as if Jackson has accidentally landed on top of Brooke. And he appears to be unconscious.
Yeah, appears to be. Probably right in the cleavage.
She's like, machine, Sir, carries a plot, whatever. Listen, I need you to carry Jackson. Okay, he must be hurt. I think he hit his head. I'm okay. I'm snapping out of it. I'm getting up.
5 more seconds.
Right. With that, he gets up, and for some reason, a little bit of blush is across his nose and cheeks. Argus.
Yeah.
Also, Dark Lovely, High Priestess Aura, get ready. Argus, what do you do?
Well, I need to deal with the people inside the ship because that's kind of one of my specialties. Do I have enough speed to get in and start hacking at the big gal?
You know what? I am not going to be that much of a GM dick. Yes, you can.
Excellent. So I'm supposing from the other side with her back turned, I'm just going to come running in, summoning Final Wish into my hands, and starting to take some swings at her.
Sounds good. All right, as soon as you get up from the ceiling, the co-pilot, Jane Archer, she is watching everything as she's going through multiple screens, and she realizes what you're going to do. Immediately, all the doors that will lead to the backside of this Lars Larendi that is trying to smash Rylan Bravestride with her hammer, all the doors open immediately, and you practically see like the path is clear. All right.
So I rolled a 14 and an 8.
That's going to be a no to both.
Well, at least for the 14, I'll use one of my points of inspiration.
Okay. Wait. Don't spin nothing. I is wrong. All right. I admit I am wrong. You said you were coming up behind the large Lorendi that's fighting Brace Try. This would grant you the +2 flanking bonus as our house rule.
Okay.
So that 14 would be a 16. And even if I had to double check the AC of this being, this large woman is 14. She's large. She's huge. Right? And so, yeah, the 14 makes it. And even with a +2, it even further makes it. Go ahead and roll that damage as you come up behind her as she is attempting to smash Rylan Brace Drive with her huge hammer. You reach your arm out. I'm sorry, you got this. Go ahead and describe that hit. Roll that damage.
No, you're pretty well covered at this point.
Oh, okay.
That's 8 points of damage. I really don't want to have to deal with this woman, so I think I'm going to action surge too.
And so you go ahead and you slash across her back, and immediately the back portion of her armor kind of falls off. But you are action surgeon.
You know what? I'm actually going to make these heavy swings. Risk it for the biscuit.
Risk it for the biscuit.
Nat fucking 20!
No!
Thank you. Thank you.
And I'm going to trigger Force Drive on this bitch, too. She might be flying overhead, just giving you the heads up, Draco.
That's fine. This bitch kind of scares me.
She scares me. She's like twice my size, and I'm the biggest in the group.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just got like a foot or so on you, that's all.
Okay. That is 42 points of damage.
Ouchie.
And she has to do a Constitution saving throw of DC 14 or be thrown 15 feet and hopefully into a wall. And knocked prone.
I'll take the knocked prone any day.
Yep.
And what is the DC again?
14.
20.
Okay. Okay.
Well, she doesn't fly, but like that's a meaty hit to her backside.
It definitely is. And so with that, you come up behind her. Well, I'm sorry. Do you want to go ahead and do your crit? Do you want to describe your crit?
Yeah, after I knocked that piece of armor out, I instead tried to jam it right where her rib cage would be. And as soon as I pierce flesh, I'm gonna twist the handle, and you hear the wind up of energy buildup, and then it triggers, and boom! Concussive force fills the hallway, and it causes her entire body to ripple. But surprisingly enough, she doesn't budge. And at that point, I'm kind of like, oh shit.
And she is still in the fight.
Yeah, this normally is where they go flying.
All right. Did you? And that is your turn, correct?
Yeah, because I summoned Final Wish as a bonus action. I moved and I attacked and I action searched. So yes, that is my turn.
Okay. So with that, immediately outside of the astral horizon, the large battle cruiser of the Lorendi immediately opens fire. Okay, I apologize in advance for this. Right now, the AC of the Astral Horizon, as piloted by the incredible Captain Jonathan T. Archer. I'm assuming you're twisting. You're doing your best to do evasive maneuvers.
Oh, ouch! I see at least 3.
Yes.
What's the AC
16.
on the ship?
Yes.
He would
Wait.
also get the +2 from his bonus from me.
Yep. So that's only
2 hits.
2 then.
Mm. Okay. And so only 2 hits?
Yep.
Yeah, because I did boost the shield, so that would give the ship's AC.
That is
+2.
so true. Thank you for reminding me. I appreciate it. All right. But yes, with those 2 hits from its quad cannons, that is going to be 20 points of damage to the Astral Horizon. This is also over its structural integrity. Some systems may be damaged. Let us see. All right. Let me see here. On a hit. Okay, you inflict half the weapon's damage. Yada, yada, yada. All right. The ship's technician, Sagaricio.
Yo.
All right. I need you to make that save. All right. So far, the save is 16.
All right. What is that again?
This will be mechanics for you.
Oh, okay. 5.
Sounds.
Yeah, we're fine.
We have a chance.
Mmm.
Even without his bonus. Yeah, we have a chance.
Most definitely sound good. And so immediately, as several systems are trying to go offline, you are there rapidly going from holographic monitor to holographic monitor to hitting the controls. That even while upside down, you are able to go ahead and begin to patch up certain systems that were about to go and crash due to the bombardment of this Lorendi vessel.
God, it's gonna suck on Karita's side because she's gonna be able to see all of this from my point of view. And it's the mental gymnastics as well as the actual gymnastics.
In case you're wondering, she is desperately trying to turn off this link right now because it's like, what is he doing?
Sensory overload. Yeah, sensory overload. It's like, ow.
Definitely. All right. And so, as you're seeing here, holding the Astral Horizon together as it shakes and shudders due to being blasted by this huge Lorendi vessel. Next up, Dark Lovely, High Priestess, Princess Aura. The Lorendi Aether Walker is in here. She attempted to open up this black hole that would have did incredible damage, but you managed to cancel it out. Ori has went ahead and shot her, but now it's up to you. You still have the pistol in your hand. What do you do?
I'm gonna try Psy Blast, and if I really fuck it up, next round I'll try the pistol.
I have backup bullets.
Plan B. All right. With Psy Blast, I believe you have to make an attack roll, correct?
Yeah, ranged channeling attack. So let me see.
Most definitely. But if it hits, it will take 1d10 psychic damage.
Woo!
Yeah. Way to go.
So I'm actually going to cast this. I'm actually going to increase the power, the rank of this. So that way it's 2d10, not just 1d10.
I see.
I'm dialing it up to 11.
Ouchie wouchie. Okay, go ahead and roll that damage.
Oh, man.
And so with that, she goes ahead and she hisses, "You may have canceled that ability, but you won't do the..." Ah! As immediately the energy coming from your mind strikes hers and begins to fracture her psyche.
For a whopping 5.
Hey, damage is damage. Do not take that away from yourself.
He has a good point, and he is right. Damage is damage. Ah, crud.
She did.
No,
she
not.
did.
No, she's not dead. I'm saying all crud because I just remembered something. Good old Ori's in there.
Yep. Ori. Go
Okay.
gangster on her.
And with that, Ori, she goes ahead. She sees what you're doing as you're attacking the mind of this woman. And immediately, Ori goes ahead and turns the blaster sideways. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. As unfortunately, the blast still just scattered on her protective field. Do you do anything else, Princess Aura?
I'm gonna look around. So was Remus shoved through a portal? Is that what you said at the beginning?
Yes. Wherever this...
We're gonna have to get him at some point. Where'd he go?
So wherever this Lorendi Aetherwalker and her big associate came from is where Remus effectively went.
Oh, for the love of God, I hope that he is at least wrecking their shit wherever he is.
Yeah, he was saying he was on guard, so he would have had all his shit to do it with.
You still have a move, and to my knowledge, a bonus.
Oh, get behind cover, I guess.
Right, you go ahead, grab the bed, flip it up, right? Immediately, Ori grabs it and helps you get the table, not the table, the bed on end, spins around, crouches down low, holding the gun close. Alrighty. That'll be your move if you don't have a bonus. We are going to get on to Archer.
Okay. Bringing up topographic maps, are there any caverns, caves whatsoever that look large enough for me to fly the ship directly into?
Well, yes. It's going to be a little bit of a ways to get there, but it's going to take you a turn to get there before you get inside the cave. But yeah, long story short, there's a very large entrance to the Twilight Labyrinth in the mountains to the north.
Okay.
The only problem is you don't know if that hole gets narrower once you get inside.
Right.
And yes, those the Lorendi starfighters are swarming around you.
Uh-huh. I was hoping it'd be kind of tight going through. Well, that might not work. I'm cultivating options. All of this I would have been doing while everybody's taking their turn.
Of course, of course. Brave Strike, get ready.
Distance to Atmo.
Distance to Atmo would be 3 turns.
That's a nudge towards the caverns. Also considering I don't know for sure what's up there. Okay, now.
Well,
Jane, gravity. And I'm going to flip the ship at the same time. I'm saying Jane, gravity.
Okay. She is right there, ready to back it up.
And the rest of my turn is just outmaneuvering any of those that are shooting at me.
Are the guns automatically shooting at these bastards too? Like, has that been taken into account?
He has to switch them on.
That would be... Yep, that would be the last thing that I'm doing.
Okay.
Kicking the guns on.
Oh, okay. Well, if that's the case, then, yes, you do have on the port side. You have the 2 autocannons, correct? All right. So then that will be your turn, flipping the Astral Horizon right side up, and shooting switching those autocannons to. I'm sorry, not this one.
So as I'm yelling Jane, gravity. That's their clue too.
Sounds good. And I apologize. It is the light railgun that you have on the starboard side that is self-targeting. All right, but I still need that attack roll. So go ahead and roll. Give me a dexterity check, please. And also, what are these things targeting? The battlecruiser or the starfighters?
The starfighters. They would be the more immediate danger.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, with that then, as he has said on comms what he is doing, that means everyone else, I need that DC 12 with advantage dexterity check as the ship flips back around and gravity is reestablished.
21.
Woo! Roll the D10 for the damage.
I have consistently gotten 19 so far.
Oh, it's a good day for you.
I missed half of my attacks.
Meh.
I got a nat 1 on my initiative.
But you did get a crit.
It's true.
You did spank a big lady.
Well, I need to be far more aggressive as it turns out. She's very manly.
All right.
Yes, you're right.
You know what they say, equal rights, equal fights.
Okay, and with that, as
Gender equality.
as the astral horizon is spinning to the right side up, as gravity is being reestablished, was there anyone amongst the crew that did not make their... Oh, right. Aura is good. Brave Stride is good. Sacristio is good. Argus is good.
I'm very good.
Ah, crud. I forgot I got to roll for the bad guys. No.
Yay! Come on, net ones.
Darn crazy pilot in his spaceship.
Hey, man, if he can knock the big girl down, that's all I'm hoping for.
All right. Let's see here.
That's all I can say.
Let us see. Neither made it.
Yeah. I learned that maneuver from an old Russian guy. I think his name was Ivan. I kept saying he was crazy.
Okay. And so, unfortunately, both of them are knocked prone.
Sweet.
Embarrassing, embarrassing. You guys are cheating. Brave
I am
Stride! What do you do?
Well, we got this really big bitch in front of us, so I think we gotta take care of it.
I mean, I'm willing to try doing it by myself if you want to go and get on the guns, because I think Archer needs some help.
Yeah, but Aura also needs help.
Well, she's also got your cat.
Can I do something cinematic?
Okay, well, what is it?
Well, this is how I'm envisioning it. We flipped and we're falling, right?
Uh-huh.
And some of us have landed. As I see this, I see Umbra teleporting the witch in front of me as I fire an arrow.
Ah!
We.
I see! I see! I like it! And also, I'm able to finally see the comments a little bit. Okay. Steve, Felicia, I am glad you guys had an epic D&D session. All right. And let me make sure I understand this, Brave Stride. You go ahead, you give the mental command to your phase beast, Umbra, to grab onto the Lorendi Aetherwalker and teleport it to where you have already shot an arrow from the Aetherstorm bow. So that as soon as she appears, it's sploosh.
Yeah.
I see. Does this warrant cinematic advantage? Yes, it does! This is awesome. All right. The question is, though, do you want to apply it to Umbra's attack or yours?
I want to apply it to Umbra's.
All right. Go ahead and roll to attack for Umbra. And then roll to attack for yourself.
And I will use inspiration if I have to make this be epic as hell.
And so with that, Umbra comes from around the bed that's been turned on its side to provide cover. And as she does, with a 19, Umbra charges, leaps up, latches onto the Lorendi Aether. I always want to say Aether Witch. Aether Walker. And immediately there's a flash of green. Brave Stride, shoot. that arrow. Just on doing that one. Just on doing that one. 15 is just enough. Roll damage.
She does still have the hunter's mark on her, so I will be rolling that.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Good teamwork.
And I am a martial class, so I get a second attack.
On the same bimbo.
Man. Okay. And so.
Ooh,
Oh
25.
god, that's a Bill Murray from Ghostbusters. This bitch is toast.
You did say in the description, I don't know if it's only in the power mode or not, but it did say 17 to 20 crit.
Okay, it is when its powers are available, not just because it's well crafted, but this is not a crit, but go ahead and do you want to describe how you finish her off?
You know what? I made that really cool cinematic idea. I know you have imagined it way better.
Serenade him.
Right. And so, just like I said earlier, in the quarters, in Princess Aura's quarters, the battle between wills and psychic abilities and Esper talents are being waged. Aura and Ori fighting off against the Lorendi Aetherwalker. When all of a sudden there's a flash of green from the crystal that is embedded within the Phase B's Umbra's mind. Umbra nods, sprints from around the bed, latches on, surprising the Lorendi Aetherwalker, and there's a flash of green, and as soon as this green light fades from the eyes of the Lorendi Aetherwalker, all of a sudden, behind her, Rythan Bravestride with the Aetherstorm bow. Drawn all the way back, but not one, 2 arrows loaded. The string thrums. The arrows fly. They spiral and stab in the shoulders, going inward towards the heart of the Lorendi Aetherwalker. Umbra leaps off of her, backflips and lands onto her feet. As the Lorendi Aetherwalker falls backwards, contacts the ground, shoving the arrows all the way through that come out in an X in front of her chest. Her black life fluids explode out and spatter the wall. A trickle is coming down from her mouth. You lose. As her head slumps to the ground and the glossiness of death covers her eyes. Good stuff. Good stuff.
So for my movement, I'm going to the guns.
All right, you just go ahead to walk over her, right?
You got this, bro!
Oh, right.
Although you can leave the cat here, that help.
Fair.
Umbra's
Please help me get that flanking bonus.
Umbra's like, why?
Big bitch. Need to be spanked.
How about that? Umbra just kind of sits down like, make me.
They're the ones that ruined your food.
They die! But yeah, Brave Stride, you make it over to the port gunner station. The linked autocannons ready to fire, and I believe that is your turn. How come I can never keep my sheet? Oh, it is the Lorendi Aether Walker's turn, but someone killed her because they evil. Why you do that?
I'm a martial class. I have a thing against magic users. I don't know.
Because they're evil.
Sounds good. But Argus, the big Lorendi female, turns around.
Wasn't she knocked down?
Oh, you are so right. Thank you.
If she stands up, do I get to stab her as an attack?
No, she's aware you're there or whatnot. All right, but she is getting up slow and angrily, looking at the dead Lorendi Aether Walker, who she came aboard the ship with.
You're stuck now, bitch. As I'm like bouncing on my feet, ready to fight.
Okay. And so finally she looks over her shoulder at you. She looks at Umbra, the phase beast, spits, and then immediately, as she begins swinging her power hammer wildly. Okay. Brave Stride. I'm not Brave Stride. Argus, what is your AC?
It is 16.
It is 16. Okay.
I really need to get that fusion armor one of these days because that will help a lot.
As she is swinging, that red circle of energy that was surrounding her form immediately dissipates and goes into her arms.
This would be a really good time for her to roll a 1.
And
Preferably
smacks
2 of them.
Smacks herself in the face.
Ugh.
Wow!
Well, I'm going to use my reaction to try and counter that 22.
All right.
Because I have that parry ability that you gave me.
Most definitely. Hey, I didn't give it to you. You learned it.
Well, technically you did give it to me.
And so here she goes, swinging wildly as she pulls the Zangief.
No, I'm taking them both.
Pardon me? Okay. She begins spinning on her heels. This hammer is just completely just smashing in and pushing these grooves into the walls. As unfortunately, what pop, as 2 of these hits land against your form. So each hit will be doing 7 for the bludgeoning damage. So, but there's also the crackling of the red electricity for the additional 13 for a total of 40.
Yeah, I'm still good. I got 20 hit points left.
Mm.
I could even taken another one, you bitch.
I'm glad you said so.
Hey, don't you dare. She already did her turn.
Well, okay, she did her multi-attack action.
Mm-hmm. Which usually implies that's the attacks.
You know how you action surge?
Don't seriously.
She also had this ability that she has done that is called One with the Circle, which gives her advantage to all strength and yada yada.
Well, she already did 2 attacks at advantage.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So she's going to action surge. She's going to attack you again.
You're really trying to kill us with this giant ship and this crazy bitch. So,
I don't know what
cool.
you're talking about. These things happen. But, ooh, wait a minute. Oh. And so after she goes ahead, she hits you twice. Immediately. She goes ahead and tosses the hammer into her her left hand. And she puts up her palm. She whispers something in Nasiv. All of a sudden, as this like red energy begins to collect in the palm of her hand. And she is going to use one of her Esper talents that you may be familiar with. It is called Laser Blast.
Fucking lasers.
Ha! I know that one.
Okay.
Is she within line of sight of me?
Say that again.
Aren't you in a closed room?
Yeah, never mind. I can't use counterform if I can't see her.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, guys, it's been nice knowing you.
Okay. Let's see. And it's asterisk 2. Did you say you had 20 exactly?
Yep.
And with that, after the 2 hits, she puts her palm out. You see the red light collect at her palm, and all of a sudden, as the laser beam goes through you. With that, the starfighters that are swarming around the astral horizon begin to take their turn. Archer, you see them line up and collect, forming a squadron. I believe the power boost is still available, correct?
I believe so.
Yep.
Okay. And so with that, first they begin to swarm, and it seems as if their pattern was erratic. But then you realize they were just getting into formation. As you go ahead and you're able to look on the optical sensors, and you're able to see these red spacecraft flying all about as they form the Flying V. Their teamwork allows them to get advantage on this, as all of a sudden they all open fire. So far, 2 of them hit. And
I thought... Oh, never mind. I misread one of those.
well, yes, and 1 is a crit. For a total of 15 points of damage. As once
question.
again, this... Yes?
Uncanny dodge. Can I make it apply to the ship too?
That is a good question. Let me take a peek at it real quick. Or do you have what it says available?
All I've got in the little blurb I've got is when an attacker that you can see hits you with an attack, you can use your reaction to have the attack's damage against you.
You know what? I'm not sure this really applies to you being in the ship, but you know what? Let's go ahead and do it this time.
Alrighty.
So instead of 15, it will be half to 7, and remember that will count as your reaction.
Right.
All right. Well, with that, once again, the ship is being rattled, and since it's 7, that's lower than your structural integrity, so none of the systems are in damage going offline, but the ship is taking quite a beating. Alrighty. Who is next? That is going to be Sagaristio!
Oh boy. All right. Well,
Everybody.
You guys hear on comms from Jane that Argus is down. Argus is down. We still have an assailant right there in the corridor outside of Aura's room.
Increase gravity to max in that hallway.
well, before that point,
You turds. Well, let's see what he does. I don't know what he does, but don't do it.
how far would Argus technically be from me then?
He's within a move. It's in the corridor.
He's within a move?
Yeah, right outside of engineering.
All right. Well, I think at that point I will actually step out of engineering and I'll head on over to Argus. I'll see this giant woman standing there.
Yeah, right now she's occupied with Umbra right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, while she's dealing with the cat, I'm gonna look down at Argus.
Yeah.
I see the giant hole in his chest. It's like, oh, come on, man.
Smoking hole. Smoking hole.
Come on, man. This is not where you fall apart. So I'm gonna kneel down, put my right hand like on his cheek, and I'm gonna caress it very gently. And then I'm gonna start smacking it.
I'm like, where are you going with this? All right, we're not for kids, but we're not exactly that type of adult.
They're healing slap.
Yeah. Stabilizing him.
I was wondering, 'cause at first you're like, oh no, Arcus is down. This magic moment. But, yeah. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and stabilize him. Down the corridors, you are actually able to hear the screams of Tana.
Stabilize just makes it so I'm not doing death saving rolls. I'm out, right?
Yeah, it stabilizes you at 0 HP, yes.
All right. That was your move. That was your action.
Let's see. We still have a healing app pool, don't we?
Okay.
Would I be able to use that as like a bonus action? Just kind of jab him, shove it in his laser hole.
Unfortunately, no. That is not a bonus action.
Well, I do have another bonus action. And I'm sure he'll appreciate this. Yeah, I'll send out my little assault drone. And it's going to look like a mini Argus.
Lord, wait a minute. Is going to be actual Argus looking like drone, or from the Animote of the caricature of Ashen Forge, which are pretty much like walking pecs and strong arms and little heads and legs sticking out?
Yeah, it's going to be that.
Well, no, I'm unconscious.
So it's gonna get all angry and start going.
Okay, and so you go ahead, you make your little assault drone, and it streaks towards the Lorendi. It will have flanking, so it's going to be +2.
Actually, let's see. I could probably bump that up. Let's see. Yeah, you know what? Bump it up to rank 3, so it gets an extra die hit.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, a 19.
19 hits. Go ahead, have it roll bonk damage as it shows up, and immediately you see this little drone. This thing is about like 6 by 6 inches or whatever, but it doesn't even have the legs. You just see these little blue rings of energy as it hovers, and it flies over towards this huge hulking Lorendi female, and it puts out this little mechanical hand, and immediately you see the wire work red energy turn into its version of Final Wish. And it charges. For some reason,
for a whopping 12 points of damage.
Bro, how much?
12.
Wow. This little thing did 12.
Fucking hit harder than me.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, well, I did bump it up to rank 3, so it gets an extra die.
I see. Okay. I was not expecting that. I mean, okay, 12 it is.
Just flat.
Okay. And so it just goes ahead and charge, and it sounds just like Argus. Argus, you mind giving us a taste of what this thing sounds like as it's stabbing the Lorendi from behind? Perfect. Like, perfect indeed. All right. Okay. Argus, give me a death save. Oh, no, you've been stabilized. Never mind, you're good.
Yep, nothing I can do. I'm out of the fight.
Oh, right.
Only for the moment.
Like he said, only for a moment. But with that, as the before I say this though, Archer, you are going for the Twilight Labyrinth, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Only thing close enough.
It is almost close
Kinda
enough.
lately.
I mean, you are seeing it, but you're still within range of this battle cruiser, as it's going to go ahead and get one more barrage of shots off. And seemingly to hit.
Come on, baby, hold together.
This is another 20 points of damage. If my math is right, you guys have about 3 HP left. And this is once again over the structural integrity. All right. The DC is 16. Oh, wait a minute, I forgot. The engineer is not in engineering. Let me see which system goes wonky. Alrighty. A 6. Heavens to Murgatroyd. With a 6. All of a sudden, from the bridge, you are able to see maneuvering thrusters begin to go offline, one by the other. You're able to see all of a sudden these fractures appear within the hull. The AC has been reduced. It says by a D4, but Archer, I'll let you roll a D4 to see how far the AC diminishes. So go ahead, roll that D4 for me. And while that is happening, we're back to Dark Lovely, High Priestess / Princess Aura. The room is empty, aside from you and Ori. Ori comes out, clears. She comes back. She goes, "Are you all right, Your Grace?"
I don't think we're getting anywhere with just being on the defensive. I think I maybe need to try going on the offensive.
I'm ready when you are.
I'm gonna meditate with the core stone for a bit. Just guard my physical body.
Yes, of course, with my life. And with that, she goes ahead and settles into her stance, holding the gun with both hands. Are you attempting to draw out an Esper ability out of the Azure Core Stone?
Well, I was more gonna try to use the core stone to establish a connection with the head of this fleet to mind fuck them.
Ah! I like that! Go ahead and effectively make a perception check, and since you're doing it through the core stone, do it with advantage. And so with that, you go ahead and usually you sit down and cross your legs in order to meditate, but as the blue energy from this core stone begins to go through your body, you actually begin to just levitate a few feet off of the ground. Blue energy begins to seep off of your form. With a 21, your consciousness goes from your physical form into the Azure Core Stone, through the ethereal plane, out of the astral horizon, all the way up to the Scarlet Lorendi battlecruiser. As you're going through the hull and its various systems, you're able to catch a glimpse of Remus. He's wounded. He's been blasted multiple times. So far, you count over a dozen dead Lorendi around him as he is just fighting into a frenzy. He's screaming something about him being the Sentinel, and that come death, destruction, or crashing this ship, they will return him to his love. But you go past all that.
We're gonna skip that.
Over to the bridge. as you see someone akin to the captain screaming to start sending robots to face off against Remus, as they better get that ship into in a tractor beam. If they let the core stones escape, they're all dead. You go ahead and you touch his mind, and you see that various strategies, as he is sending commands for the squadron to arm their tow cables to attach to the astral horizon. You see beyond all of that his wife, his son, his baby girl. How he realizes he must succeed. He must get back to them. Aura, what do you do to this man's mind?
I'm going to convince him that he's done enough damage to our ship and they should stop attacking to focus on towing.
Are you trying to pull an Inception where he believes it's his mind coming up with this idea, or are you outright communicating with him? Ah, this will be a deception check then. As he is screaming orders, as the robots are being released, as he is getting a status report about the destruction of 2 more Volna villages with an 11. We have to see if this will beat his insight. It does not.
Jesus.
But he is still not aware of your presence within his mind. Immediately, as he's gotten a report from the Lorendi Aetherwalker that he's looking and he realizes that her vitals have flatlined, she has still managed to transmit to them that both core stones are aboard the Astral Horizon. You do see that he calls off the destruction of the other villages and the cities. Though someone, a woman, that outranks him, tells him that that is not an order that he can give. And within his mind, you're able to hear him hate her, hate the needless destruction and death. But unfortunately, it's better the Volna than his family. You still have a bonus available to you, Aura. What do you do?
I don't really have any bonus actions
That are applicable?
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Okay. Then that means we get back over to the Astral Horizon and Archer. The ship is smoking. The Astral Horizon is heavily damaged. The small red Lorendi Starfighter are buzzing all about. You have one shot to make it into the hole, into the cavern that leads to the Twilight Labyrinth. You mess it up, let's just say you're not sure if the Astral Horizon can take crashing into the side of a mountain.
Yeah, right now I doubt it, but given all other options,
the blaster bolts are coming in. The ship is rattling. Jane, she goes ahead and she activates the holographic controls on her side. She's going to be assisting you. This is going to be a dexterity check. You get to add your proficiency bonus. And if I recall, you have expertise.
yeah.
So you get to add twice your proficiency bonus. And with Jane's assistance as co-pilot, you get to do this with advantage. Roll!
I recall, that should be. Let's see if it's dexterity and his double proficiency. That should be 9, I believe.
Yeah, so plus 9 and not
yeah.
just 6. Okay. But with that, you make it!
That's 21.
But there was 3 squadrons of Larendi's ships, starfighters behind you. But they didn't make it. We'll do it like this. Archer, give me a roll 1d9 to see how many of the Larendi starfighters are able to make it into the cave with you. Six and 3 crash along the sides of the mountain. But with that, you go ahead and you fly flawlessly into this narrow cavern. And you have to twist and turn, and you're having flashbacks of, what was that movie? Batman Forever. That made it super complicated for him to get the Batwing out of the Batcave. That is how you were flying the Astral Horizon through this network of caverns that lead to the very heart of the planet Vol. Perfect, Tonto. Thank you for that. That's the perfect gift. All right.
Yeah.
But while that is happening, as you've made your check, as 2 of the 3-person squadrons are flying behind you, as words are beginning to fail me, let me see if they make their other flight checks. Why? Let's see here. Okay. Recount. Effectively, 2 of the Larendi Starfighter are still following you. As you're maneuvering...
the cannons again.
Oh, crap. You could do that, yeah. Oh, no! Go ahead and roll to fire. How are you guys getting away? There was a battle cruiser. There were 3 squadrons of starfighters.
Because we have a captain pulling a Han Solo.
Most definitely. Go ahead, hit the switch. Immediately, the light railgun goes ahead and spins into... Okay. It begins targeting one of the Larendi starfighters.
What was the plus to hit on that?
3.
Just my dex?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, well.
Oh, God. Roll 1d10. Anyway.
Is that 1d10 plus dexterity?
No, not plus dexterity.
Ah.
But with an 8,
Yeah.
you go ahead and the railgun pulses, and immediately the round just tears through it, causing it to explode. Leaving only 1 starfighter trailing behind you. But that is going to be your turn unless you have an applicable bonus.
Well, I'm sure under, where I'm flying the ship, hide or disengage ain't gonna help.
This is true. Well, you're getting to an area where that might be possible, though. Brave Stride! You're in the gunner seat. Oh, crap, you're in the gunner seat.
Yeah, I'm in the gunner.
So, with the recent modifications done by Sagaristio, as all of a sudden the new and shiny Argus brand auto cannons go ahead and cycle into position. Both of the barrels. Don't shoot my Larendi Starfighter. No! Roll the 2d6 plus your dexterity modifier. Wow.
I think that one got torn apart.
Brave Stride, do you want to describe how you shoot the Larendi Starfighter to bits?
Honestly, I kind of just shot a rock and like above it.
Uh-huh.
Just because I'm an asshole that way.
One way or the other, he's going to take him out the old school way.
Most definitely.
Then for my movement, I gotta go deal with the big bitch. So going back, I guess.
Okay, so let me get this straight. For your standard action, you just go ahead and just fire off that line of autocannon rounds to chop off that stalactite or stalagmite. Which ones are the ones that are coming down from the ceiling?
Right.
Stalactites?
The stalactite, thank
Yep.
you. And with that, as soon as the Lorini pilot, he's like, I have you now. All of a sudden, rock! And he is dead. The ship explodes, and you guys are alone so far in the Twilight Labyrinth. Brave Stride, immediately you hit the button, and the straps that keep you into the seat immediately deteriorate, allowing you to get out as you rush out the back and over towards where you see Umbra is currently fighting off against the huge Lorindi woman. Behind the Lorindi woman, you see Argus on the ground, hole in his chest, smoking. You see Sakaristio tending to him, making sure he doesn't completely fade from existence. So, do you have a bonus that's applicable, Brave Stride?
Nope. The only thing I could do is something with Umbra, and I'm trying to figure out what I could do with Umbra.
You can have her attack.
Keep the big one distracted. She's currently
Teleport
black.
the bitch out of the ship.
Can
You did!
she-
All right, we ain't trying to hear from you.
Can she attack the hammer and teleport it away from big bitch?
She can try.
Sounds good to me.
It is crackling with electricity. She will take some damage by doing this.
Yeah, but that hammer is also dealing massive damage to us.
Oh, don't forget the lasers.
And the lasers, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, what is with you on lasers?
I wish I had an answer.
I don't have an answer either. It's just really highly effective against him. He's like a Pokemon that's weak to it. All right.
You know, maybe it's
He
just my
wants
real life weakness to light.
on their heads.
Maybe it's just my real life sensitivity to light, I guess.
It might be. Go
I'll
ahead.
use one of my inspirations.
Okay.
Because I really don't like this person having a hammer. And it's worse. They get to keep the hammer.
Yep. They get to keep the hammer. Okay. So, even though Umbra tried with all her might to go ahead and bite onto the handle of that hammer that's just been wreaking havoc throughout this entire ship. Well, mostly a corridor. Let me not exaggerate too much. This huge
I
limited
know, it
woman.
fucked my day up.
This is true. And with that, immediately, this huge Lorendi, she says, even in common, bad kitty. And she goes ahead, swings the hammer behind her back, and she's going to be coming down upon Umbra.
Poop. Out.
What is Umbra's HP?
I'm checking. Pretty sure you just one-shot her.
Okay.
Pretty sure, but give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
I can't find it.
All right. You want me
her
to?
hit points at 30.
Okay. And so, with that, she goes ahead and gets this huge, whack to the side. It almost stirs and rattles Umbra's focus. But Umbra doesn't care because this little Randy messed up her gumbo. But with that, this huge Lorendi looks and goes for the grab. After... Yeah. It is going to try to pull this move off. Let's see if it works. Of course not.
Finally, she rolls low.
As you know, she goes to grab the green core stone from Umbra's head, and immediately Umbra goes ahead and circles to get behind her. Can she? Wait a minute. Let me go ahead and roll the recharge and see if this works. Nope. Can't use that ability. All right. But with that is the big woman's turn. Sagaristio. As Brave Stride and Umbra are doing battle with this large female Lorendi, you're there caring for the wounded Argus. What do you do?
Well, in this case, I think it is time that we finally put the big one to rest.
Is that so?
And while she's currently distracted with Umbra, gonna put my right hand on her shoulder while the left is transforming into a laser blast right up to the back.
And don't forget to roll for mini Argus.
Yep, I'll roll for mini Argus, and I'm gonna be casting laser blast at rank 3.
Oh.
And let's see, she's still flanked, right?
Yes.
So we'll see with lasers.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not, because I'm re-rolling that.
Darn these
Now with
inspiration points.
Oh, no, not inspiration. Rig expansion.
Oh, yeah, I forgot you used it. Okay. Oh!
Targeting scanner. This will all but assure that it's an actual hit, because it gives me a +10 to this reroll.
No!
Damn near to 30.
Yep. And let's see, since I'm casting this at rank 3, that's alright. So,
And don't forget to roll for mini Argy.
Alright, so first will be the radiant damage from the laser blast, which is 23.
Uh-huh.
And then Mini Argy will attack, and he'll get advantage on this attack, because laser blast gives advantage. And since he's still at rank...
Yeah, he hits, and...
Yeah, since he's still at his rank, so that's 2d... I believe that's what, 2d8? Yes, +2.
Okay.
For an additional 10 points of dabblage.
So the question now is this. Sagristio, do you want to describe how you finish off the big Lorendi machinists?
You got to give it to Mini Argy. You got to.
Oh, I'm going to give this to Mini Argy.
Go ahead, paint a picture.
So, as I said, I place my one arm against her shoulder to hold her steady.
Mm-hmm.
Activate my targeting scanner to make sure that I get it just right, because she is flip-flopping everywhere while trying to attack Umbra.
Mm-hmm.
But I charge up the cannon, and she would feel this radiant damage just pulsate against her back. It won't punch through, but that armor is entirely useless now, at least the upper half. As it burns straight through, it's leaving this searing mark. Mini Argy will see his opportunity. Argus, I need your battle cry. And as the battle cry goes, there goes Mini Argy right into where I shot. And a lot like, a chest burster, went right in through the back and right through the front.
Fatality.
As this
Holding the
little
heart.
floating gremlin comes flying out.
Yeah, as a floating little Argy gremlin comes flying out, holding the heart, and then running off to God knows where.
Still screaming.
He is still screaming. It's doing like a victory lap around the ship.
Excellent. Excellent.
And at that point, I will throw the lifeless Lorendi to the side. Finally look back at Argus. Come on, man. Even Mini-U's doing more.
Oh, wow. Kick him while he's down.
Yeah. I mean, getting taken out in a single turn wasn't enough. I need the salt rubbed in the wounds. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, that's how you know you're alive. And at which point I'll get on comms with Jackson.
I mean, I'm still technically unconscious at the moment, so.
Yep. Yeah, so at that point I'll get on comms with Jackson to come help out. I know he hates being a medic, but we kind of need the medic expertise right now.
Yeah.
But Jackson, he was like, yeah, I'll be right over there. Let me switch my belt. But as he is doing that, all of a sudden, coming from around the corner, you see a frantic, small dentist woman, Anna, running in slow motion, light blue tears flowing from her eyes. She dashes past Brave Stride, past the huge body of the female Lorendi, Umbra, and even you, Sagaristio, and slides and crashes against the form of Argus. No! No! Argy, you can't die! No! I should have been here! It's just, I didn't think anything could do this to you. Argy, get up! Get up, Argy!
I can see Argus waking up just enough to tell her I can do whatever I want and then pass him back out.
We will find out. As Sagaristio, you're watching this and you realize now that Jackson is there next to you watching this whole scene. Oh, I'm too late. As Tana is still cradling Argus, wake up, Argus! You gotta yell at me. You gotta.
I'm just gonna kind of tilt my head and look at him like, what? No. Use mend.
You go, oh, right. Wait, that works on Ashen Forge? Don't you have to repair them?
He's not a construct. He's not it's not like Sir Carries a lot. That, like you're a biological construct. It's different. I don't need to put wires into you.
I hope not.
Anyway.
So, but yeah, no, I look at Jackson. I'm like, yeah, just use mend. He'll be fine.
Oh, okay. And so, still, Tana is like, Arky, I'm sorry. I've been a brat, and I haven't been a good sister to you, but I can't lose you like I lost my brother. Jackson, he goes over to the other side of Argus and kneels down and begins taking certain things out of his belt. He places 2 devices on both sides of Argus's chest and onto his temple. They sync up with another device that he pulls from the other side of his belt. And he begins to adjust the alpha waves as he's getting ready to press the button to allow that surge of healing energy to enter the form of Argus. Mini Argy comes around the corner. Alloy, give me the yell. As the little pot just flies past the entire event. But with that, Jackson's like, oh, okay, that was weird. He goes, it looked just like him. It was weird. But he hits the button, and Argus immediately, 8 points of HP is returned to you.
5 more minutes.
He's like, no, you don't get 5 more minutes. How could you die on me, Argy?
5 more minutes.
Look, you can't say 5 more minutes if you're dead, Argy. Shut up. Why?
Yeah, Argus is gonna come over with that Heart of the Lorendi, do that scream, and just smack him in the face.
The thing's a dick. What is it?
It's you.
I'm not that big of a dick.
It's your child.
We can't reproduce.
Hey, with that,
That doesn't mean you can't adopt children.
It's true, but I did no such thing.
It's yours.
Yes, I took out that big Lorendi. Aren't you proud of him?
5 more minutes, please.
Oh, right. Okay, so with that, she's like wiping her tears. Big stupid, make me worried about you. No more 5 minutes. Get up now.
Why are you so bossy? Didn't you just say you were being a brat?
You heard that? You're supposed to be dead.
I was never dead.
Well, inert. And with that, she like slowly starts putting her hand towards the hole in your chest.
Stop it.
I just want to know what it feels like inside.
Please don't.
There's stuff moving in there.
Yes, I do have functioning parts.
Well,
speaking of, how the hell are we going to fill this?
Oh, I know how. I mean, it's all right. It's just, just one time. Let me just one.
No.
A little bit?
Absolutely not. You're worse than friggin' Telvin.
Okay, that hurts.
Good. So did that.
I
mean, getting hit by the hammer was one thing, but I mean, like, who the hell has hand lasers?
I'm looking at him, and I swap it to the hand laser, and then I look back at him.
Trauma!
PTSD.
Actually, it's pretty present stress trauma.
Yes, present stress disorder.
So with that, back in the bridge, Jane.
Yeah.
She looks at you, Captain. What about here? And she sends you a quick scan of the current cavern that you have found the astral horizon in. And there is a alcove that you are able to land it in.
Looks good enough to me. We got to get this thing landed before she gives up. And I'll head for it.
All right, you go ahead and you land the astral horizon within this alcove in the Twilight Labyrinth. It is still beautiful in here, though somewhat difficult to navigate, as the only light is coming from these mushrooms and a few crystals and symbols. And so, if you kind of blur your eyes, you're just able to see the blackness of the inside of this cave, dotted with thousands upon thousands of little dots of light, various blues and greens and red, like little stars twinkling.
Little bump, people. Then I'll set her down.
You go ahead and land. You're able to do so gently with slight rocking. Various screens are letting you know the various things that are damaged, of the slight reduction in structural integrity, all of the blaster burns and marks on the outside of the exterior. But with that, you guys have survived another battle. Archer, what do you do?
Compile a complete damage list, not only of the ship, but more importantly, crew members, head count. I'm sure I'd find that we're missing our simp.
This is true.
And call anybody that can move to meet together in the galley. Linking the ship's sensors to my wrist unit, so that if anything comes in, I'll know about it.
Sounds good. You go ahead, you sync it up to your wrist unit. As you're getting up, Jane gets up too, and she grabs you. Jonathan, how are we going to get out of this?
Yeah. We'll get out of here. Always do.
I'm going to go check on Jill and Bree.
Yep.
What the hell ever happened to whatever happened to Clarita?
That's a good
Probably
question.
been bouncing around the hallways a while.
But do you guys all go to the galley?
Yep, I guess.
All right, Aura.
Great big hole in my chest, but yes.
I have to go check on our Valna. I don't know what to call him. Person. Yeah, pretty much. And make sure he's good, and then go to the galley.
Okay, we will see what happens with you in a minute, Brave Stride. Aura, are you going to the galley or somewhere else?
I never technically disconnected from my connection with the ship guy.
This is true. This is true. So, the question now remains is what do you do now that you're still within the headspace of this Lorendi captain?
I don't know what I'd do.
Rick roll.
Well, I need the Simpinal back.
Mm-hmm.
He's very useful as a meat shield.
By now, he has been captured. He's only managed to take down 2 of the robots before finally they wounded him to the point where they were able to put binders onto him. They currently have him hanging upside down and they are torturing him for information.
They're not going to get much. He doesn't know much.
You sense that the captain, he does not like this, but it is necessary. The quicker Remus gives up information about the astral horizon and the core stones, the quicker they can get them, the quicker they could get them, the quicker he could get back home to his family. Aura, what do you do?
So because I already have an established psychic link with this individual, I'm going to attempt imposing influence. So it says that creature must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or become charmed for the duration.
Ooh. Nice. Let's see. And what is the DC?
He passed.
Got you. Once again, you're trying to work your way into his mind, but you cannot get past the love he has for his family. He knows what he must do. No matter how despicable, no matter how evil, he must make sure the Lorendi Empire succeeds. That the Core Lord gets all the core stones. But with that, he goes ahead and he gives the order. The other forces, the other battle cruisers, begin to descend and they begin to hover and surround the area where the astral horizon went into the Twilight Labyrinth. Immediately, a holographic screen comes on. It is another woman in red. She demands an update and he gives her one. Finally, she tells him to make it simple. Send in a ship with a communication burst. Every 10 minutes that passes, they'll destroy another Volna village or city. Get it done, Captain.
I'll do that anyway.
With that, she cuts the communique. He gives the order to have the other battleships maneuver into position as he goes to his ready room. He sits down, brings up a hologram of his family. Opens up a drawer and takes out a bottle of Carlaxian ale. takes a swig. And he puts his hand over the holograms. What do you do, Aura?
I'll go ahead and make my presence known by talking to him. So I'm just going to say, it seems like you're being put in an impossible situation.
Immediately, he spins around, takes out his blaster, and he blasts through your incorporeal image, making a mark on the wall. What Esper talent is this?
You don't seem to be a completely bad person.
With that, he puts his blaster down. He hesitates for a moment, but you see he is reaching for his comm unit. Say your piece, Ghost.
I can see that genocide weighs heavy on your mind. Let's talk about other options.
I have been given orders, and time is limited.
But why do you have to obey those orders?
I am the captain of this ship and of this fleet. It is my duty. For the Lorendi, for the Empire.
Why do you follow someone you so obviously hate?
My feelings about my commanding officer are irrelevant.
Why?
This is a military, madam. Not some get-together. Not some meager organization. Discipline, decorum, obedience, always.
Well, I want you to think about your wife and your child as you are put in these impossible situations over and over and over again. Do you think that if they put you in an impossible enough situation that you're not able to follow through on, they will spare your wife and child?
Then you realize I have no choice. Victory or death. There is no in between. But that he looks at you a little bit clearer and he goes, wait a minute. And his eyes get huge. Princess Aura. Where are you?
Well, surely you can't expect me to answer you honestly.
While I have not achieved Esper Genesis, I am aware of your ways. Projecting your essence such a distance, you at least have to be on this planet.
You have someone of mine on your ship. I would like him back.
He will be broken, and he will reveal their location. Then we will come for you. Or you can surrender now and spare him further pain.
The ultimate pain for him would be betray me. He is not afraid of death.
And neither am I. With that, he goes ahead.
And your wife and child say the same.
My wife and children will know nothing of the atrocities that I've had to commit. As long as they are safe as long as they are sound. I will do whatever I must. With that, he grabs his communicator. Spare yourself further pain. Spare this planet. If you know where the core stones are, if you are able to bring them to us, you can save millions of Volna. We won't have to ravage this world. We won't have to obliterate their colonies. It seems, Your Highness, that you have a heavier choice upon your shoulders than I do. I need an adept to my ready room immediately. What is it going to be, Your Highness?
A very, very, very long few days for you. And I'm just going to disconnect.
All right. The blue ghostly image of you disappears. The door slides open. The Hilarindia adept appears. The senses nothing. You return back to your body, to your form. Ori is there. Still on guard. Your Grace. Are you back?
They have Remus.
No. Your Grace, if it is at all possible, we should rescue him. But he does understand the cost of being a sentinel. But even I don't want him in the hands of the Larindi. We've been summoned to the galley.
All right, let's go.
Sagaricio, what are you and Jackson going to do?
At this point, as much as I'd hate to leave Argus so wounded like that, we also have a ship that we gotta start fixing, so... I'll have Jackson kind of give me a hand, and you know what, maybe I'll even get Brooke to kind of help out as well to kind of get some of these systems back up online. See if some of her expertise can help.
All right. So you're not going to go to the galley as asked by the captain?
I'll keep the communicator up, but the ship does take priority.
Okay.
Because we are kind of on the ship, so...
True. So immediately, Jackson gets up. You make the decision. He nods. He clicks his belt buckle so that it transforms from medic to repair. As well, let's get to repairing. And wait, did you say Brooke's going to help us?
Well,
quick number to Soggy. I understand Argus is pretty bad off. Get him down to the med bay. He can rest there.
I'm sure Tana can help him out there, but it's on our way over there, so we'll give him a hand.
I can still help.
You're in pretty rough shape. At least take a little bit of a short rest. Like,
all right.
You did have a hole punched through your chest, so
still do.
Yeah, as he's saying this, Tana's still trying to jump up and put her finger in it.
Stop it!
Let Jackson start on the repairs. I need to ask you a couple technical things. I need you in front of me.
Well, I'm going to go lay down for a couple minutes.
Right.
I'll hand Tano one of the healing ampules before we send him on his way. So, Jackson, make sure he gets to the med room there. And then I'll meet you in engineering later.
He goes, aye aye. And Jackson goes running off. Argus, you go to the infirmary. Sagaricio, you go towards the galley. Brave Stride! You said you're going to go to the cargo bay, check in on the Volna from the first hunt. All right. So you head down the stairs over to the reinforced doors. As soon as they slide open, you are hearing the grunts and swings from Karita as she is attempting to fight with this Volna, who is dodging the blows, and he's trying to find something to fight her with, but there's mechanical all over the place.
Fighting my people.
All right, he immediately, hisses, and Karita is like, he was attacking me, and what's he even doing here?
Circumstances. I look at the other Valna.
Anyway,
enough.
And with that, he goes, enough. You have a murderer aboard your ship. This hulk of lifeless metal. And she's trying to kill me to cover it up. He's telling you all this, of course, in Volna, so you don't know if she speaks that, but either way, she is taking another swing at him.
Who did she murder? And I respond in Valna.
All right. Anybody does, I don't know, some old Promethean. And with that, he goes ahead, he manages to catch the axe and kick her away. And then immediately he drops it because he doesn't like touching it.
Why'd you kill your grandfather?
Anyway, what? I didn't kill him. He did. Immediately, the Volna, he turns to you. I know only a little comment, but even I know that she's lying. Immediately, Karita tells you. Fine, roll your insight. As Karita goes, but is there? You don't believe me? This guy's a stranger. He's all right. He's feral. Oh, right. What did you roll?
17.
17. You've heard them both, and you have that. What was that ability again?
It's empathy. It's the Valna trait.
Right.
Hold on.
You're able to hear it. You're able to feel it.
Empathetic sense.
With your empathetic sense, you are able to sense and know Karita is the one that's lying. Also, with this empathic sense, you do sense fear coming from one of the containers that it may be housing Nathkar. What do you do, Brave Stride? Immediately, Karita's like, don't side against me. Don't do it.
So, on the comms, I call for Sagaricio.
All right.
And it's an emergency. Get here as soon as possible before I finish a problem your people started.
Immediately, she makes a run for the axe. The Volna from the first hunt, he goes to try to stop her, and he actually gets there first. And he puts his foot onto the axe, preventing her from being able to pick it up.
And I, you know what? I will put a clawed grip to her throat.
And it looks like he is going for a swipe amongst her midsection.
Don't you dare.
He's doing it.
Okay, I'll kill him too.
So he goes for the swipe. As you go ahead, you put the claws up to Karita. She stops. All of a sudden, and he goes ahead. He tears across her midsection. She grunts. Blood that is red and blotted with purple chunks fly. What do you do, Brave Stride?
I knock an arrow. I put one in her head. Knock another arrow. Put one in her head.
Roll to attack.
Not dealing with fucking murderers.
Let alone she was infected with a highly contagious fucking bullshit.
Oh, also, I'm letting Murder and Cargo Bay, Karita. I'm just putting it on comms.
And yeah, as soon as he puts it on comms, I'm booking it now. So I'm sending him a message and just like contain them. I'll deal with them.
I am engaged.
That was fast.
Then non-lethal for now. I will handle my own problem.
All right, I will go non-lethal then.
Oh, okay. Still make that attack roll. After the Valna from the
arrow.
And which one are you shooting first? The Valna from the first hunt or Karita?
You know what? In a more efficient manner, I'll shoot him in the foot with a sharp arrow and her in the head with a blunt arrow.
Sure.
Sound good?
Sound good.
Cool. 9. Wow, this is where I'm going to start rolling low.
Yep, and with that, he kind of like just backs up a little bit, and the arrow just gets bounces off of the metal floor of the cargo bay. But with that, you go ahead, you spin around, get another arrow, break off the tip. Just enough. Roll damage for shooting Karita.
Okay. 2d6.
Okay, and so with that 14, you go ahead and you peg her right there in the chest, and with that she staggers back, holding. I can't believe you shot me! And she holds her stomach and falls to her knees. Sagaristio, are you rushing to the cargo bay?
Oh yeah.
Is anyone else?
Well, if he threw that up on comms, I've been listening anyway. So I'm on my way too.
All right.
I'll show up, but
on my way to the door, seeing as I know she's out and grabbing a suit.
yeah, I'm gonna summon my Argus rifle and I'm gonna go and at least be there in case anything gets like too out of hand.
And with that, Tom's like, no, you don't. You're supposed to be going to the infirmary. No.
Listen, I will be there soon, but I need to at least make sure that if things go wrong, they have that set of hands.
You catch up with Sagaristio. Mm-hmm.
I'm not dead yet.
And you're trying to be? Listen, I already lost you once. No!
That's why I'm using the gun. I don't have to get close.
Fine, if you're going to be this stupid. And with that, she goes ahead and she looks around. She grabs a small box.
Absolutely not.
No, if you're going to be stupid, I'm going to be stupid with you, all right?
No. Absolutely not.
Well, if I don't go, then you don't go.
Good luck stopping me, and I'm going to stuff her in a closet.
Don't. She is calling you various expletives in Dindus.
That's fine.
In Dindusi, yeah. She even made up one. You're not even sure what that one means.
Oh, she bad.
Something akin to the taste of someone's dead anus or something like that. Either way. So, but yeah, she is upset. She is furious. But, okay. Brave Stride, you've shot Karita with the blunt arrow. You've knocked her back a little bit, but then all of a sudden she cries out in pain. She grabs her stomach and falls over. The other, Volna, he kind of smiles. He tells you, I don't know why you shot at me, but you need to finish her off. Brave Stride, you see Vaguely, you see a trail of blood trickling from underneath the secured Cynthia's egg. Brave Stride, you get to go first. Then it's going to be Sagaristio and Argus.
You just need to go get in that corner. Stay over there.
I'm only doing it because you have earned the Aether Storm Bow. And with that, he goes ahead and he slowly backs up towards the corner. And he squats down and sits like a cat does. His tail is waggling hard. You could tell that he's upset.
My tail is probably flicking just as hard.
Umbra teleports to your side. Decides to keep an eye on him. You still have a move, Brave Stride.
I'm guessing the axe is still far from her.
Yeah.
I'm going to go block the path from the axe because I'm pretty sure that's the weapon that we need to get looked at for his blood.
And it does have blood on it. And with that, Karita's like, oh, it hurts. I can't stop. Sagaristio, Argus, you guys have made it to the cargo bay. The door slides open. You do notice that there is a force field in place, strangely.
Oh. It'll be hard to shoot her through that.
Don't worry, you won't need to shoot.
Are you sure? Because that's not looking too good in there.
I'm positive.
With that, Jane, she lets you guys know that this is a thin force field meant to keep any type of airborne pathogens, diseases, whatnot inside the cargo bay. You guys can pass through it physically, but what do you
Your
do?
move.
Well, I'll pat Argus on the shoulder. I'm just like, just stay here. I'll deal with this. And I'll walk inside, and I'm guessing from where I'm coming in, I'll probably see what happened to Arcadicus.
From where you're coming in, no. You don't even see Arcadicus at all. On the most of the right side of the cargo bay is taken up by Cynthia's egg. But towards the far wall in front of you, underneath the egg, you do see the trickling of blood. Near the center of the cargo bay, of course, more towards the left side, since Cynthia's egg is on the right, is Karita. Fetal position on her side. Crying out in pain. Also,
start making my way over there, but I'll go over towards where Brave Stride is because he's blocking the path to the axe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go over there. I'm going to pick it up, and I'm look at Raylan like, get him out of here.
All right. Let's go.
Anyway, you go ahead, you say, let's go. Immediately the container top comes off, and Nathkar comes out there. I thought you'd never ask. She is crazy. She is one of those huge anus
Not
holes.
the place. Not the time, not the place.
With that, Nathkar, he goes over and goes to the force field out of the cargo bay. Argus, you have a hole in you.
Very well aware. Painfully aware, even.
Touchy.
No touchy.
Okay, no touchy. With that, finally, the Volna, he gets up and strides towards you, Brave Stride, still keeping his eyes on Karita.
He has the right for that.
Anyway, he goes ahead. He tells her, pretty much in Volna, I can't wait for you to die. And with that, he goes ahead And he licks his claws as he goes through the force field.
I give a nod to Saggy and follow suit.
And I'll look over to the captain like, Captain, I want you to check your security logs. I'm gonna get some
Already in
answers.
the works. But everybody that just walked through that shield needs to be tested for the virus she had. This is why she was locked up. And it looks to me, from the histories I've seen, like she's starting to change. Get it cleaned up. And get yourself checked out. And I'll turn and grab Raylan's shoulder. Bring your buddy to medbay so we can get him checked.
So here's the fun part. What am I getting checked for?
Oh, you don't remember the
There was
sea
a
virus?
reason he was locked up.
I never knew the reason.
Al?
He just knew about something about quarantine. He never knew the details.
Yep, I'll fill you in quarantine, hopefully. But did I see him lick his claws after scratching her?
Well, it is on the security log. You didn't see it yourself, though.
Okay, well.
As you guys...
I will be reviewing those logs.
Got you. You guys go ahead and make your way towards the infirmary, Sagaristio. You are there in the cargo bay.
Well,
Seemingly
before
alone.
anything else happens,
But the Glog is there.
The Glog is there? Well.
But you can't see most of it, just its hindquarters, because it's also on the other side of the egg.
Mm-hmm.
But you do hear it go... "Rrr, rrr."
I'm guessing it looks fine from what I can see. It doesn't look like he got into a tussle.
It does look fine.
Alright. Well, I can't really negotiate with it, so...
Mm-hmm.
It seems like it'll be fine in the corner, but I'm going over to the door to the cargo area, and I'm closing the door and force locking it for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Before I go up to Karita.
She's managed to crawl over to the side of the wall of the cargo bay so she can sit up. You see, her arm is kind of bulging in ways it's not supposed to. But with that, she grabs her forearm and brings it over to her stomach. Some red and purple substance comes out of her mouth with that call. Oh, don't look at me like that.
You remember what I said when I let you out?
Yeah.
So answer me this. Why are you making me regret it?
Because... And with that, she reaches into her pocket and she brings out a data disk, a little bit of archaic memory storage, but you could tell from its design and the fact that it has written in glowing ink Arcaicus. Yeah. Did you know? He could have stopped this. He knew of a way to heal the seed virus. He was part of the people who made it. And he didn't use it. this time. All these people. For that. I'm his granddaughter. He didn't care. So yeah. There was no changing his mind. He didn't care about how many people died because of the seed virus. He didn't care about me dying. He doesn't even care about any of you. So yeah, I took that axe to him and his stupid egg. Her head lowers and it almost looks like she drifted off before she snaps it back, and now you see her. The white of her eyes is purple. Her irises are red. Her pupil ecliptical. Her arm is slowly growing. It's almost at twice its size now, and beginning to tear the material of her sleeve. Saga, he was not a good person. Use this.
No, he wasn't.
Use this.
But this wasn't for you to decide alone.
Well, choices and consequences. Saga, choices and consequences. You start to hear bones crack within her leg. Pointy spikes begin to point through her pants leg. Saga, get out of here, Saga. Here, take this. Use this. Eradicate the seed virus.
I'll reach out my hand to what she's offering me.
And as she's just holding it up and is shivering as she is struggling to maintain control.
I'll take it from her hand and I'll put it with, pop it into one of my pouches and still look at her before I look away, and I pull out Strife Cutter into my other hand, so I'm holding both axes in each hand. So, how you want to do this? You want to go down fighting? Or do you want me to do this mercifully?
With that, she kind of struggles to her feet, even as you see she's beginning to turn into a seed spawn. Choice is yours, Saga. They're your blades. But...
No, the choice isn't mine. It's the consequence of yours.
She looks over at the egg. Looks over at the pool of blood leading from Arcadicus's body. Looks over at the huge crack that she made in the egg with Praxinus, your axe.
Their blood are all on my hands now. It's not just yours. Your sin is now my sin.
Well,
so I ask you again. You want to go down fighting, as you are now? Or do you want me to put you down mercifully and spare you the shame?
You see a few tears come out of her eyes as she shakes her head and she tells you, you and I both know, Saga. I don't deserve any mercy. As all of a sudden, she begins to mutate in front of your eyes.
and I'll give you the fight. And I'm actually going to activate Strife Cutter's ability,
And what ability is that?
True Strike.
The comms are so open. What do you tell your family?
Sorry for bringing this upon us. This is my burden. So let me make right on it.
In the infirmary, you are all watching this through the security sensors inside of the cargo bay.
Mm-hmm. And I've got Raylan watching close. That's why she wasn't to be let out.
As the creature grows, as the once beautiful Promethean crescent Promethean form of Karita mutates into this misshapen hulking beast. Sagaristio, roll to attack. With advantage, as currently it is in the throes of pain of its bones breaking and reforming.
So let's see if everyone's watching and they're all hearing. I'm guessing they've all left it to me now to do.
I'm literally still standing outside the force field, gun ready, but you go at it.
All right, so that's one.
Go for it.
I need
I've got
that's
everybody
two.
else at the infirmary getting checked out.
All right, so I'm gonna guess that's three. Aura.
What they may not
I didn't
know.
go to the. I didn't go. I'm still at the mess hall, I think.
But Saga, you may want to explain how this ability works.
So, for Crew Strike for me to be able to utilize Crew Strike effectively, it is a sacrifice of an action per party member. It will add to my attack and add an additional damage die per sacrifice.
Well, if I don't have to be right there in the same room with you, do what you got to do.
All right. So you have the action sacrifice from the captain. Brave Strike?
Raylan, I believe.
Brave Strike?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Aura, do you sacrifice your action?
Yep.
3.
Yep.
4.
Jackson's like, yeah, me too.
5.
Jane gets on the comm. Do what you have to do.
6.
Anyway, Brooke is like, what is going on? Yeah. Okay, it doesn't. Yeah.
7.
From the locker. Tana, she goes, of course. And use it
8.
on Argus too.
8.5. We'll put that one to the side for Argus, I guess.
All right, but with that, as you guys all begin to feel this connection to Sagaristio, you feel the pain that he's currently feeling. But that pain is channeled into the Strife Cutter as you guys find yourselves united anew in the deed that must be done, as currently what used to be Karita is now a sea spawn that has now grown to almost twice your height, Sagaristio. The Strife Cutter in your hands begins to vibrate. Make your attack.
Oh, that's a dirty 20.
And roll the damage.
So that was 8. let's see if I just gotta make sure that I was reading that right for. Yeah, additional damage of die. All right.
And with a single slash powered by the unity of your crew, the massive seed spawn falls over, dead.
We're gonna have to test that glog now too.
Yep.
The glog does come from around Cynthia's egg. 2 of its 4 arms is cradling a deceased Arcaticus. The glog just comes and lays them at your feet, Sagrabustio. As right now you're in the presence of 2 deceased Prometheans.
Hard day for the Promethean part of the crew.
Yep. So I'm going to bring them closer together so they're at least side by side. And I'm going to start channeling energy into my arm to... let's see, do I have anything? I could probably Electric Surge. With enough energy put into it, I could probably vaporize the both in one shot.
You can. With that, your cybernetic arm charges. You place it in front of the 2 of them. There's the rapid flashes of blue electrical energy as every flash brings back a memory of gambling with Arcaticus. The talks that you have with him gushing and obsessing over the egg, the conversations and texts you had with Karita, the kiss, the way that she would look at you, the way that she would blush. But after the flashes are over, there's nothing but 2 large burn marks in front of you. And with that, we're going to bring this session to a close. We hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like and share this video with as many people as you can. I want to thank my players, Alloy, Master Draco, Dark Lovely, Tonto Tomahawk, and Typhoon 44. Don't forget to follow me on all the socials. And until next time, have a great night, and let's level up together. Bye-bye.
That shit got heavy.